Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. And starting off with Euro USD, nothing really changed from yesterday. So we do have a crossover of the moving averages. We're still hovering on the 155. And when we are along the 155 like this, it's normally sideways, so we're between the moving averages. So that's exactly what's happening. We do still have this wedge in play. And we've got a level here which we didn't quite get to yesterday, which would have been the logical area for a short, but at the moment nothing really happening. If we look at this on the hour, you can see yesterday was really much just an up and down day. It was a public holiday in the US, so that's why it was so quiet there. The European session was confused as well. So I am still sit on hands. We do have a little bit of structure here that we're coming up to. So it could be a situation of us finding some support here at 106604 for a move to the upside. My view still stays the same. We need to break above 107, 144. In fact, we can bring that down now to the high of, well, actually it's a little bit lower. We're picking up this bit of structure here. We need to get above this level in order for the wedge to break, and that would trigger it. So it's 107. So 107 is what you're looking at the moment, and just quickly look at the 15-minute. Nothing really materializing. So I would assume us hitting this level and bouncing, but again, we're below the moving averages. So not interested in this until we get above the high of yesterday. Until then, it is sit on hands. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. A similar kind of situation here. We are between two fairly strong levels. Oscillators easing off a little bit. Does look like the uptrend is starting to solidify, so it's one thing to pay attention to, but just bear in mind on the weekly, could be a wedge, it could be a move up for another move down. No clear signal here either, and you can see yesterday was basically sideways price action. So I would be very reluctant to be long or short right now, so not really interested in longs, not really interested in shorts either. This is a level to watch, which we spoke about yesterday. We did get a bit below it, but didn't really break down below it and come back and test. But this level still in play. That's 134.077. So for me, the dollar is still a sit in hands. No real direction there out of the dollar right now. Moving on to pound, British pound, Japanese yen. And you can see the two levels that we looked at yesterday. We've got some upside targets, but we need to break above 161,800 for those upside targets to become into play. And yesterday was a typical Monday, pretty much just bouncing between those levels. So if you did get in on a long here, you can see it would have been quite a bit here. You can see quite a few tails at this area. So if you did get in on this, I would basically just move my stop up to protect capital, or even just to entry. Just in case it comes back and stays in this range. But for me at the moment, the next logical entry is going to be a break of 161,800 and a retest of that area before looking for a continuation to the upside. Moving on to Euro British Pound, and Euro British Pound pretty much all over the place as well yesterday. Nothing really happening. You can see range bar, engulfing bar, range bar. Oscillators all over the place on the 8 hour. We do have this pretty solid area of potential support, and I just want to add this swing high in as well, because that could also impact price. So what we're looking at right now is 0.88705. I would trade London breakout on this, so wait for the first 8 1 hour bars. Draw your range on the top and the bottom. If you break above the current high of the morning after 8 hours, then I would be looking for my longs to the upside. Then that would validate this little wedge here. Alternatively, if it starts dropping below here, you probably see some opportunities lower down at 0.88536, although I'd be a little bit reluctant to take that as well. So I want to be above the moving averages for a long on the hour. And if we just drop down to 15 minutes, you'll see why we're below the moving averages here on the 15 minutes, and we're staying below the 155. So on the lower time frames, 50-minute and below, we're in a downward trend. So obviously we'd want that to break in order for us to be long. So that's kind of my view at the moment, and obviously I'm very reluctant to be short right now. There's no real signal for a short. So I'd want to see a move all the way down to 0.88536 and then a pullback into this zone before looking for shorts. So that's kind of my view at the moment. This is pretty much sideways at the moment. So and we are in an upward trend on the 8th hour, so that's why I'm a little bit reluctant for a move to the downside. Okay, anyway, that's kind of my view for this morning. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Enjoy your day.